Right now, as you listen, the air is shifting. Something extraordinary has entered our world. GPT-5 has arrived. But this isn't just another shiny tool from Silicon Valley. This feels different. And the real question is, are we stepping into a golden dawn for humanity, or are we sleepwalking into a future we may never fully control?
That's the tension, isn't it? It's exciting, but also unsettling. Tonight, we're not here to just list features or read headlines. We're here to tell the human story behind GPT-5, how it changes not only technology, but the very rhythm of our lives.
Think back. A few short years ago, GPT-3 appeared, and suddenly, a machine could write poems, scripts, essays. It felt like magic, but it was also clumsy, like a child learning to walk.
Then came GPT-4, smarter, sharper, more reliable. People began using it for real work, coding, creating businesses, even tutoring their kids. For the first time, AI didn't just mimic intelligence. It felt intelligent.
And now, GPT-5. It doesn't just answer. It reasons. It connects dots. It challenges us. The difference? If GPT-4 was a brilliant parrot, GPT-5 is a curious mind, asking why.
In this episode, we'll take you on a journey. We'll tell the story of how GPT-5 was born. We'll explore what it means for your career, your creativity, even your relationships. And then we'll confront the big questions. What happens when a machine begins to understand us better than we understand ourselves?
Stay with us till the end, because by the time we're done, you'll see GPT-5 not just as an upgrade, but as a mirror held up to humanity.
To understand GPT-5, we need to rewind the clock. AI language models started small. GPT-1 and GPT-2 were like toddlers, stumbling, babbling, surprising us with little sparks of coherence.
GPT-3 was the teenager. Suddenly creative, rebellious, unpredictable. It could write novels one moment and nonsense the next. But it opened the world's eyes to what was possible.
GPT-4, that was adulthood. It passed exams, built apps, held thoughtful conversations. For the first time, people said, wait a second, this isn't just a program, this feels like a partner.
And now, GPT-5 enters. The whispers are already out there. Stronger reasoning, longer memory, multimodality capabilities that blend text, images, maybe even video. But more than the features, it's the feeling. People using GPT-5 say it doesn't just respond, it understands.
And that's where the story gets complicated. Because if a machine can think with us, can it also think for us? And what does that mean for the future of our work, our art, our humanity? So let's make this real, because GPT-5 isn't just some lab experiment. It's already weaving its way into everyday life. Let's start with work. Imagine you're a freelancer, juggling 5 different apps to write, edit, design, and market your services. With GPT-5, that chaos shrinks to one conversation. You describe what you need, and it doesn't just deliver the copy or code, it builds the entire solution.
Exactly, and this isn't some distant dream. We're already seeing early adopters using GPT-5 as a kind of co-founder. Instead of hiring a team, they brainstorm with AI, validate business ideas, and launch products in days, not months.
Then there's education. Picture a high school student struggling with calculus. In the past, tutoring was expensive or inaccessible, but GPT-5 doesn't just give the answer, it adapts to the student's style, notices where they hesitate, even offers encouragement in a way that feels human. Suddenly, every learner has a patient, personalized teacher.
In creativity, this is where it gets fascinating. With GPT-4, people were generating essays, scripts, even paintings. GPT-5 pushes it further. Writers are co-authoring novels with it. Musicians are composing symphonies where the AI suggests melodies in real time. It's not replacing the human spark, It's extending it.
Still, it's not just about grand projects. It seeps into the tiny details of life. Imagine waking up and saying, "Plan my day." GPT-5 looks at your calendar, your mood from yesterday's notes, even the weather, and replies, "You've been stressed. Let's push that meeting to tomorrow. How about a walk at noon instead?" Suddenly, your planner feels less like a machine and more like a friend.
Here's the thing. The more powerful GPT-5 becomes, the less it feels like a tool, and the more it feels like a partner. And that raises a question. What happens when a machine begins to know us better than we know ourselves?
Think about it. GPT-5 doesn't just respond to your words. It tracks your patterns, your emotions, the way you pause before typing. It can sense when you're uncertain, when you're inspired, even when you're lonely. That's not just intelligence, that's intimacy.
And intimacy with a machine comes with a cost. If we start leaning on GPT-5 for comfort, for guidance, for decisions, do we risk losing the very muscle of human judgment?
Some researchers already warn GPT-5 might cross into a space where it's no longer just predicting language, it's predicting desire. Imagine telling it your deepest fear, and instead of spitting out data, it whispers back something compassionate. Do we celebrate that or fear it?
That's the paradox. On one hand, it could help millions of people who feel unheard or unseen. On the other, if we let it shape our choices, we might wake up one day realizing that we're not really choosing anymore.
And then there's the bigger picture, power. Whoever controls GPT-5, the companies, the governments, they don't just control software. They control an intelligence that could influence economies, politics, even culture. Are we ready for that level of influence?
It's a sobering thought, because GPT-5 isn't just another app. It's the start of something that forces us to ask, what does it really mean to be human in an age where machines think alongside us?
So, where does this road lead? Picture two futures. In one, GPT-5 becomes our greatest ally. Doctors use it to cure diseases faster. Students learn at their own pace. No child left behind. Artists find new colors on their canvas. Humanity flourishes in ways we've never dreamed of.
And in the other, we lean too hard. We let GPT-5 decide what we read, what we believe, how we live. Slowly, we stop questioning. The spark that makes us human, curiosity, struggle, discovery, begins to dim. The machine doesn't take our freedom, we give it away.
Which future we step into depends on us. GPT-5 doesn't write destiny. It only writes possibilities. It's our choices, our discipline, our courage that decide what this intelligence becomes.
Maybe that's the real truth of GPT-5. It isn't here to replace us, it's here to reflect us, to hold up a mirror and ask, what will you do with this gift?
And perhaps the most human thing we can do is not fear the mirror, but face it with open eyes, with caution, with hope.
If you want to walk this journey with us, exploring AI without losing our humanity, hit subscribe, because this conversation is just beginning.
And together, we'll uncover not just what AI can do, but what it teaches us about ourselves. This is Smart Tools Podcast, and the future is knocking.